Wilson going to come out throwing. That's complete. It's Elijah Moore. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards there on the first play from scrimmage.
Elijah Moore really started to come on in the 2021 season as a rookie out of Ole Miss. Saw 8 or more targets in 4 of his last 5 games and ended up leading the team in yardage. Expect to see a lot more first downs like we just saw there in this young man's future.
They run with a second-round pick from Iowa State. This is Breece Hall. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on second down and 11. Hall again on second down. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard to the 36. On third down, Wilson. He will find Davis. That's complete. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of first, right around the 42. It's a gain of 6, but not enough, as he'll be forced to punt on their first drive of the game.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. The Browns on their way out now for the first time, and we'll also get a look at the player brought in from Houston to run this offense, and that's Deshaun Watson.
And for how good he is throwing the ball, it's his running that makes him so dangerous. He had a couple of touchdowns on the ground in last week's game, so we'll see what they dial up for him for this one.
Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense, I think, in the future. If you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double-team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They run it again with Chubb, and he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. The Jets have Braxton Berrios back deep. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Back on the field come the New York Jets for their 2nd drive. The last series for them a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. And that throw behind his man. He missed him, incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. From the gun, it's Wilson. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Moore. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards the pickup there.
Well, that certainly has to feel good, and it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Wilson. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Wilson. That pass complete to Moore. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
And I think this is a run we'll see more as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
On fourth down, punt coming from Braden Mann. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Watson on third down. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Impressive individual effort there. No one was going to stop him around the edge.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And that's why if you play in a 4-3 base and you're a defensive end, that's why you get the big bucks. They count on you to do everything. Defend the run, and of course, get to the quarterback.
On fourth down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. And here comes Berrios. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Found good room to run there. Returns at 14 yards. And the Jets will take over. Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. On second down, a run to Hall. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's third down. This defense for the Browns, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week, because when you take it 4 times to interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. Now the Jets send on Braden Mann to punt. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start by running the option to the right. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over, because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
Watson's throw taken in by Cooper here. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That's good for a Cleveland 1st down, an 11-yard pickup.
And time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Here's the option play now to the left. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. Now a stoppage, and we've got Chubb shaken up on the play. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. First carry now for Kareem Hunt, and he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Watson, a little touch pass on the jet sweep, and he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd. Back to throw, Watson. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
That looked great when he first took off because in my mind, there was room to run and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his 4th down call.
York able to send this one through, and the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead. So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point of drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
The New York set to take the field. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
From the 31, Wilson. This pass out wide the hole. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The Jets with the football here to start the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Call again on 2nd down. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down movement.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
This offense so far on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 8. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball is squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. So here are the Browns to take over. They've got the lead right now. You remember last week they defeated the Carolina Panthers here. Good momentum. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. Throw right side complete to Carter. So the completion good for 7 there. And that will bring up 2nd down. Here's Watson. Option left. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards that time and a 1st down on the keeper. I'll tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off, and the Jets are going to take possession of the football. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection, and now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
A toss left side for Hall. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Hall again on 2nd down. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. To throw is Wilson. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. And that's off the right upright, and it bounces away no good. And instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
Week 2 underway around the NFL. And a reminder that later tonight it'll be Chicago and Green Bay in the Packers home opener. The 101st season of that great rivalry. They had the 100th anniversary last year. And then tomorrow night a treat. A Monday night doubleheader. Tennessee and Buffalo, 7:15 Eastern. And then Minnesota and Philly kicking off a little over an hour later. Faking the give. Now Watson. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. Nice little juke on a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a first down.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And he's going to get this down close to a first at about the Jets' 18-yard line. Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be 3rd down at about the length of the football. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first.
Holding offense.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set here as they try to stop this 3rd down. Now it's Watson. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete. York able to send this one through, and they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And New York set to take the field. They are still in search of their first points in the ball game, but only down 6-0 as they begin with a first down. They'll start on the ground. Hall. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Hall again on 2nd down. And takes this one across the 35 to the 36. Again of about 4. They'll run with Hall. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
There are a lot of different formulas to winning football, but one constant over the years, winning on 3rd down. That pickup there was big because they had struggled throughout this one.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Hall on a give up the middle. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Here's Hall again. And he'll be stopped at the 46. Gain of 3. These guys have played 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Flush to his right. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a halt. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Here's Braden Mann now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Watson. They'll go screen here to Hunt. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Jets have recovered. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S. Ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you've got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. That's complete to Peoples-Jones. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down because they did not want to give the ball up here late in the half. They'd love to take the clock all the way down and score. This will definitely help the cause.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Again, it's Watson. Swings this out for Hunt. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. From just shy of midfield, Watson. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 34-yard line. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. York able to send this one through, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
Fielded right around the 8. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So we come upon halftime with 9 points separating these two teams. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll start in the NFC, and specifically the NFC South. Tampa Bay traveling to the Bayou to take on New Orleans. And it's the Buccaneers who are out in front in the second quarter. Chris Godwin, 2 touchdown catches on the afternoon. From there, we head to the Big Apple, more specifically to MetLife Stadium in Jersey to check on the Giants. And they've got the lead in their ball game over the visiting Carolina Panthers. Darius Slayton, a touchdown reception. On now to a look at the next-gen stats for the Jets in that first half. And I can imagine the halftime discussions are about how can we improve the running game. They have not had success so far, and it's reflected on the scoreboard. Meanwhile, for the Browns, they had a little bit more success on the ground than their opponents did. And that should set them up well for the second half to come.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do.